Welcome back to another exciting video where we uncover hidden treasures right in your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of United States nickels as we reveal the untold story of the 1991 Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. This is a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds a hidden value that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars to the right collector. So sit tight, make sure you don't skip a second, because by the end of this video you might just find out that the spare change in your pocket is actually worth a life-changing fortune. Let us begin with a look at the historical background of the Jefferson nickel. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson 5-cent coin replaced the earlier buffalo nickel design that had been in circulation since 1913. The Jefferson nickel was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The design, created by artist Felix Schlag, featured a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse side and a depiction of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Fast forward to the year 1991. The United States Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of these nickels with the P Mint mark to denote their origin. At the time, these coins were meant for everyday use and mass distribution across the country. Millions of these coins were struck and entered circulation with no major attention. However, as time passed, collectors and experts began to notice that some of these 1991 Jefferson nickels had unusual characteristics that made them stand out from the rest. Now here's where the story gets truly interesting. Among the many 1991 Jefferson nickels, a small number of these coins were discovered with extremely high-quality minting, strong strike details, and nearly flawless surfaces. These rare examples, when preserved in uncirculated or mint state condition, began to gain attention in numismatic circles for their beauty and rarity. But that's not all. Certain varieties of the 1991 nickel were found to have errors and die varieties that made them even more desirable to coin collectors around the world. Some of the most valuable versions of the 1991 Jefferson nickel feature full steps on Monticello. This refers to the sharply defined lines on the steps of Monticello's front entrance on the reverse side of the coin. These full-step nickels are notoriously difficult to find, especially in older Jefferson nickels, due to weak strikes or worn dies that were commonly used during the minting process. A 1991 nickel with clearly visible full steps is considered highly collectible and can command a very high price at auction, but perhaps even more fascinating are the error coins. A number of 1991 Jefferson nickels have surfaced with striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double die obverse, clipped planchets, and die cracks. These types of minting mistakes are rare and are often caught during the minting process, but the few that make it into circulation are highly sought after by collectors. A major error combined with excellent condition can easily push the value of a coin into the thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars ranged. So how does a coin that originally had a face value of just 5 cents end up being worth as much as $63,837 today? The answer lies in a combination of factors. First, the condition of the coin plays a massive role. A 1991 Jefferson nickel that has been perfectly preserved in a high-grade condition, such as MS67 or higher, is extremely rare. These top-graded coins are often encapsulated and certified by trusted grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Next, rarity and demand are critical elements. Even though millions of these coins were made, only a tiny fraction have survived in high grades or with valuable errors. The rarity of these premium examples, combined with strong demand from collectors trying to complete Jefferson nickel sets, makes them extremely valuable. In recent years, auctions have seen skyrocketing prices for Jefferson nickels that were once overlooked as common. One particular 1991 Mint Mark Jefferson nickel-graded MS67 with full steps and a unique die variety shocked the coin collecting community when it sold for an unbelievable amount of $63,837. Yes, that is $63,837 for a 5-cent coin. This sale alone has caused a surge in interest for all 1991 P. Jefferson nickels, especially those with full steps or unique mint errors. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins hiding in your collection or change jar? First, you want to examine the coin's date and mint mark. Look for the year 1991 with the P mint mark, which will be located just to the right of Jefferson's ponytail on the obverse. Then carefully inspect the condition of the coin. If the coin has no major scratches, nicks, or signs of wear and the details on Monticello's steps are sharp and complete, you might have a full steps example. If you notice anything unusual such as doubling in the lettering or images, or any irregular shapes, you might have an error coin. A magnifying glass and good lighting will help you identify these features. To confirm the value, it is always recommended to send your coin to a professional grading service for authentication and certification. Having your coin graded not only verifies its authenticity, but also can significantly increase its value in the eyes of buyers and collectors. As we bring this video to a close, remember that coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It is a journey through history, a hunt for treasures, and sometimes a surprising path to wealth. The 1991 P Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel is a perfect example of how something as small and simple as a coin can hold an extraordinary story and astonishing value. With a potential market value reaching over $63,000, this coin proves that treasure can be found in the most unexpected places. So go ahead, check your change, explore your coin collections, and keep your eyes open. You never know what valuable coin you might come across next. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting discoveries about rare and valuable coins that could make you rich. Thanks for watching and happy hunting! Welcome back to our channel where we explore the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today's episode is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into the fascinating and money-making story of the 1994 D Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. At first glance, this coin might look like any ordinary nickel that you'd find in your spare change jar or under your car seat. But what if we told you that this specific coin has recently fetched a jaw-dropping price of $82,736 at auction? Yes, that's right. A small 5-cent coin from 1994 with a Denver mint mark has become one of the most valuable and sought-after nickels in modern U.S. coin history. Let's begin by taking a journey back in time to understand the origins and minting details of the 1994 D Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been an essential part of American coinage since 1938, replacing the earlier Buffalo nickel design. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, while the reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's famous estate in Virginia. The Jefferson nickel was introduced not only as a tribute to one of America's founding fathers, but also to modernize the look and symbolism of U.S. coinage in the mid-20th century. Now fast forward to the year 1994. The United States Mint in Denver, Colorado, marked its coins with the D Mint mark that year. That facility alone produced over 850 million Jefferson nickels in 1994. Most of those coins were struck for general circulation, and you could easily find them in everyday transactions. So how is it possible that a coin so common has reached such a high market value today? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and collector demand. Among the hundreds of millions of nickels produced that year, only a very tiny number have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. The coin we are talking about today is not just in good shape, it is in near-perfect mint state condition. In the world of coin collecting, coins are graded on a 70-point scale. A coin that scores 65 or above is considered to be in gem condition. The 1994 D Jefferson nickel that sold for over $82,000 had an astonishing grade of MS68, which is incredibly rare for this type of coin. This grade means the coin has no visible wear, brilliant original luster, razor-sharp details, and a perfect strike with no contact marks or blemishes visible even under magnification. But rarity and condition aren't the only things that make this coin valuable. Another reason collectors are willing to pay such a high price is the presence of possible minting errors or die varieties. There have been cases where 1994 D Jefferson nickels have shown unique features like double die obverse, die clashes, off-center strikes, or weak strikes that are not commonly found in the general mint population. These error coins are extremely rare, and when certified and authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC, their value skyrockets. Combine that with high demand from elite collectors and auctions that generate bidding wars, and you have a perfect storm that can push a 5-cent piece into five-figure territory. Let's talk about market value. While the average 1994 D Jefferson nickel in circulated condition is worth its face value of 5 cents, a coin in mint state condition can sell anywhere from $5 to $100 depending on the grade. However, when a coin is submitted for professional grading and receives a near-perfect grade like MS-68 or higher, it becomes a numismatic gem that draws attention from collectors worldwide. In fact, the record-breaking $82,736 price was achieved during a prestigious U.S. coin auction where collectors competed intensely to add this rare, high-grade nickel to their collections. What makes this story even more exciting is the possibility that you could be holding such a coin without even realizing it. Many of these high-value nickels were pulled from rolls, jars, or inherited collections. The key to finding them is to search through your change and closely examine every 1994 D nickel you come across. Look for full steps on Monticello on the reverse side, which indicate a strong and clean strike. Examine the coin for minting errors, double dies, or sharp luster. And most importantly, if you suspect you have something special, get the coin professionally graded and certified. This one simple step could unlock thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in hidden value. Now let's dive into what collectors and experts say about the future of the 1994 D Jefferson nickel. With the number of high-grade specimens already certified being so limited, the chances of more surfacing in the future are slim. As a result, numismatists believe the value of these coins could increase even more as demand continues to grow and supply remains fixed. This makes the 1994 D Jefferson nickel not just a valuable coin, but also a smart investment for long-term collectors. So, what should you do if you believe you might have a rare 1994 D Jefferson nickel worth big money? First, handle the coin carefully. Avoid touching the surfaces with your bare fingers as oils and dirt can damage the luster and reduce the coin's grade. Use cotton gloves if possible and store the coin in a protective holder. Take detailed photographs and compare your coin with images of high-grade examples online. If you see any similarities in condition or possible errors, reach out to a trusted coin grading company for professional evaluation. In conclusion, the story of the 1994 D Jefferson 5-cent nickel is a perfect example of how numismatics can turn ordinary coins into extraordinary fortunes. From its rich historical background to its stunning modern-day market performance, this coin reminds us that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin hunting journey, never overlook a humble nickel. It might just be worth over $82,000. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos on rare and valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket. Leave a comment below if you've ever come across a 1994 D nickel or any other rare coin you'd like us to cover. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking your change. You never know what hidden fortune you might discover next. Welcome back to our channel where we explore the most rare, retired, and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change or coin collection. In today's video, we are going deep into the history and high value of the 1999 D Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin, a seemingly ordinary coin that is now turning heads in the coin collecting world due to its surprising value and rarity. This specific coin has recently shocked collectors and experts alike with a current market value of an astonishing $52,706. Yes, you heard that right, over $52,000 for a single Jefferson nickel minted in 1999 at the Denver Mint. Let's begin with the fascinating background of the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had circulated for 25 years. The new design featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, designed by sculptor Felix Schlegel. Jefferson was chosen to honor his legacy as one of the founding fathers, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and the third president of the United States. The reverse of the coin displayed Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, which remains a defining symbol of his life and ideals. Over the decades, the Jefferson nickel went through multiple design updates, but the original image by Schlegel remained dominant for over 6 decades, including the year 1999, now focusing on the 1999 D. Jefferson nickel. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado, which is identified by the small D mint mark located to the right of Jefferson's bust. Over 1 billion Jefferson nickels were minted in 1999, with approximately 1.2 billion coins struck at the Denver Mint alone. This means that at first glance, it might seem that the 1999 D. Jefferson nickel is extremely common and has no extraordinary value. But that's where the hidden details make all the difference. While most of these nickels remain in everyday circulation and are worth only face value, a select few possess certain characteristics that elevate their market value to astronomical levels. These rare nickels often feature flawless conditions, die errors, off-center strikes, full steps, or incredibly high mint state grades that are virtually impossible to find. Among the most desirable traits in a valuable 1999 D. Jefferson nickel is the full steps designation on the reverse Monticello building. Full steps means that all the steps of Monticello are sharply defined and show no signs of wear, flattening, or incomplete strikes. Coins with this feature are extremely rare and command very high prices, especially when graded by top-tier grading services like PCGS or NGC. Collectors and investors are also constantly on the lookout for mint errors that may have occurred during the production process. For example, coins with doubled dies, broad strikes, off-center strikes, or struck-through grease errors can significantly raise the value of the nickel. A 1999 D. Jefferson nickel that combines such rare features, along with an exceptionally high mint state grade like MS 68 or MS 69, can easily surpass the 5-figure mark at auction. And that brings us to the star of today's video. A pristine, gem-quality 1999 D. Jefferson 5-cent coin was recently graded by a professional numismatic authority and confirmed to be in virtually perfect condition with full steps detail. This coin was presented at an auction where multiple collectors competed to own it due to its rarity, condition, and historical significance. The final bidding price reached an incredible $52,706, cementing this nickel as one of the most valuable modern Jefferson nickels ever sold. This sale stunned the coin-collecting community and reignited interest in closely examining all nickels from 1999, particularly those struck at the Denver Mint. It is truly fascinating to think that such high-value coins could still be found by chance in circulation, in old jars, in family collections, or inside forgotten coin albums. That is the thrill of coin collecting and why so many people dedicate time and passion to searching for that one rare piece that could be worth a fortune. If you have a stash of old nickels at home, now might be the perfect time to start looking through them, especially your 1999 D. Jefferson nickels. You never know if one of them might have full steps, a rare mint error, or even be in such perfect condition that it could change your life overnight. Protect and assess the true value of your coin. It is always recommended to have it graded and authenticated by a reputable third-party grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company. These services will not only determine your coin's grade, but also ensure it is genuine and provide a certification that increases its credibility and value in the marketplace. A certified 1999 D. Jefferson nickel with full steps in mint state condition is now considered a holy grail among modern nickel collectors. The next time you find a handful of nickels in your pocket or coin jar, take a closer look. That plain-looking 1999 D Jefferson 5-cent coin might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your journey in numismatics, always stay curious and informed, because coins like the 1999 D Jefferson nickel prove that treasures are still out there waiting to be discovered. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth videos about rare and valuable coins. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next upload, where we explore more coins that could be worth thousands or even millions. Until next time, happy coin hunting and keep looking for that hidden treasure in your change. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures that may be lying right in your pocket change. Today we're diving deep into the story of a seemingly ordinary coin that's actually turning heads in the collector world. Get ready, because we're talking about the 2002 Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. This coin has shocked collectors, dealers, and even historians, and we're going to explain why it's now valued at an unbelievable $73,948. That's right, over $73,000 for a nickel. Let's dive into the full story and learn why this coin has become so valuable. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. The design was created by Felix Schlag and features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his famous home Monticello on the reverse. The 2002 version of this nickel may not look different at first glance, but as we peel back the layers of history and minting details, you'll see why it stands out. First, let's begin with the mint mark. The 2002 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the small p located just to the right of Jefferson's bust. Over 361 million of these coins were minted that year, which might make you think they're common. And technically, most of them are. However, certain rare variations, errors, and extremely high-grade examples have turned a few of these coins into rare collector's items worth thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about the rarest varieties and errors that make the 2002 nickel worth so much. Among the most coveted is the full steps variety. On the reverse side of the coin, the Monticello building has steps that lead up to its entrance. A coin with sharply defined and uninterrupted full steps is rare, especially in older nickels. Even more so when it comes to newer issues like the 2002 A coin with 5 or 6 full steps and no signs of wear or weak strike can fetch a high premium. In some cases, collectors will pay tens of thousands of dollars for a pristine full steps example in a flawless mint state grade, but it's not just the full steps. There have been several 2002 nickels discovered with unique and dramatic mint errors. Some of these errors include double dies, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a mistake during the hubbing process. Others include off-center strikes, where the coin design is misaligned, or planchet errors where the metal blank was flawed before striking. These kinds of errors are extremely rare and sought after by serious numismatists, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. The value can skyrocket. One particular 2002 Jefferson nickel made headlines when it sold for an astounding $73,948 in a private collector sale. This coin was graded by a professional grading service at an incredible MS69, nearly a perfect coin with full steps and no visible flaws. Its sharp detail, blazing luster, and flawless surface made it a top-tier specimen, and the bidding war it created among elite collectors pushed the price to historic levels. The historical context also adds to its appeal. The early 2000s were a transitional period for coinage design in the United States. Just 3 years after the 2002 nickel was released, the Mint introduced the Westward Journey nickel series in 2005, altering the classic Jefferson design for the first time in over 60 years. As a result, the final years of the original Jefferson design, including 2002, gained added significance as a closing chapter of an era. Collectors often seek coins from the end of a series to complete sets or to capture a moment in American numismatic history, So, what should you be looking for if you want to find a valuable 2002p Jefferson nickel in your pocket change or coin collection? First, look at the Monticello steps on the back. Do they appear sharp, well-defined, and uninterrupted? If so, you may have a full steps variety. Next, check for any doubling on the lettering, especially on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Doubling is a telltale sign of a double die error. Also check for off-center designs, missing elements, or any other visual oddities that could indicate a minting error. But of course, condition is key. A circulated coin is unlikely to reach extreme values, even if it has a rare variety. But an uncirculated coin, especially one with a grading of MS65 or higher, can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The top-tier coins graded MS68 and above are exceedingly rare, and the price rises dramatically with every small increase in grade. If you believe you've found a promising example, your next step should be to send it to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading authenticates your coin and gives it the official certification that collectors demand. So, how does a 5-cent coin become worth more than $70,000? It's a combination of rarity, minting error, historical context, condition, and collector demand. The 2002p Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how modern coins, even those less than 30 years old, can become extremely valuable in the right circumstances. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who checks their change jar once in a while, it's absolutely worth learning about the key indicators that make a coin rare. Let this be a reminder to always keep your eyes open. Some of the most valuable coins in the world have been found in pocket change, at garage sales, and tucked away in old boxes from grandma's attic. The next valuable coin could be waiting for you to discover it. So start looking closely, especially at your nickels from 2002 with the P Mint mark. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2002p Jefferson 5-cent nickel and its shocking current market value of $73,948, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story about valuable coins that could change your life. Keep collecting, keep searching, and as always, happy treasure hunting. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. In today's video, we are diving deep into the incredible world of modern nickels to uncover the story behind the 2018 D Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. You may have one of these small coins sitting unnoticed in your pocket, jar, or collection, but what if I told you it could be worth as much as $66,287 today? Stay with me, because the story behind this nickel is more fascinating and valuable than you might expect. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the original Jefferson nickel featured a left-facing portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and his iconic Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. Over the years, the design has seen some updates, including a major redesign in 2004 and 2005 during the Westward Journey nickel series. However, since 2006, the modern portrait of Jefferson, based on a Rembrandt Peale painting, has been the standard, accompanied by a refined image of Monticello on the back. The 2018 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which is represented by the small D mark placed to the right of Jefferson's collar. That year, millions of these coins were produced for general circulation. According to official U.S. Mint records, over 585 million nickels were minted at the Denver facility in 2018. With such a massive mintage number, one would think the 2018 D nickel is just another common coin. But in reality, certain varieties and rare conditions can make it extremely valuable, so valuable that one sold for a staggering $66,287 at a high-profile auction. What makes a 2018 D Jefferson nickel worth tens of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, exceptional condition, and specific minting errors. First, let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. A perfect grade of MS-70, which stands for Mint State 70, means the coin is flawless under 5x magnification. Collectors and investors go wild for high-grade coins, especially modern issues that were intended for mass circulation but somehow remained untouched. A 2018 D nickel that achieves a grade of MS-69 or MS-70 is incredibly rare and desirable. Next, we have the category of mint errors. Minting errors occur during the production of coins and include things like off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and die breaks. For example, a 2018 D Jefferson nickel with a dramatic off-center strike that still displays a full date and mint mark can be extremely valuable. Another sought-after variety is the double die obverse, where the lettering and design elements appear to have been stamped twice, creating a shadow-like effect. These coins, especially when combined with a high grade, can skyrocket in value. The specific 2018 D nickel that fetched over $66,000 was not only in pristine uncirculated condition, but also displayed a rare error that made it one of a kind. Professional coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC authenticated and graded this coin, sealing it in a tamper-proof holder and certifying its rarity. It was later listed in a high-profile online auction, where fierce bidding drove the final price to an astonishing $66,287. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, inspiring collectors worldwide to take a second look at their pocket change. It proves that even modern coins, like a seemingly ordinary 2018 D nickel, can hold immense value under the right circumstances. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable nickels? First, look for the D Mint mark, which confirms the coin was made in Denver. Next, examine the coin carefully under magnification. Check for doubling in the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Look at Jefferson's eye, collar, and hair for unusual patterns. If the coin appears off-center, misaligned, or unusually thick or thin, you could be looking at a rare error coin. If you think you've found a special 2018 D Jefferson nickel, do not clean it or handle it too much. Store it in a soft cloth or coin flip and consult a professional grading service. For a small fee, they can authenticate, grade, and encapsulate your coin, which adds credibility and increases its market value significantly. Coin shows, online auctions, and rare coin dealers are all places where you can potentially sell a valuable nickel. Keep in mind that presentation matters. A professionally graded and slabbed coin will always command higher prices than a raw coin with no certification. This incredible story of the 2018 D Jefferson nickel worth over $66,000 reminds us that treasures still exist in everyday places. The next time you receive change from the store or dig through your piggy bank, take a moment to examine those nickels. You never know if you might be holding a small piece of American history that could change your life financially. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more exciting stories about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin and let us know what topics you want us to cover next. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and may you be the next lucky finder of a rare coin worth thousands.